What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free Major League Baseball home run prop show for Friday, July 14th, 2023. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Smash that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily $19 best bet. Head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. Now, welcome back. We're here for the second half of the MLB season. And, we finished the first half of the season with a little bit of a thud on Sunday, but hey, I said it, these days happen because, as I always mention before we start the home run prop show, these plays are very high risk, high reward. They're also not plays that I recommend anybody dump your whole bankroll into. They are just plays that are there for some side action to have some fun with, just for some pizza or some coffee money. Not plays that I recommend anybody, like I said, go too heavy on. Any plays that you take from here, you can take whichever ones you want. I don't expect everyone to play every single prop that I give out here. These are just the angles that I'm looking at, the plays that I'm probably going to have give me a couple of bucks on Friday. But any plays that you do take from here, I recommend playing straight up. But I do know that some people like to parlay these home run props. So what I always tell people to do is, if you're going to do a parlay, do a round robin. Basically what that is it'll give you a safety net for your parlay. I mean, because how many times have we all had, the one leg of that 3-leg parlay that's been busted up, and instead of having a round robin where, yes, you would have to pay a little bit more for the bet, you don't get paid at all. But the thing is that, that 3-leg parlay, if you do a round robin, it'll cover you off. You basically play each 2-leg combination of those 3 legs. Say you're a $5 bettor, you put $5 on the 3-leg parlay and each combination of 2 as well. Instead of $5, the bet's now going to be 20. But if you still get one part of that parlay wrong, you still get paid on the 2 legs that you did hit. And if you hit all 3 legs of the parlay, well, not only do you hit that 3-leg parlay, but you get paid out on each combination of 2 as well, just adding to your money coming back to your bankroll. So definitely something to consider if you're going to be betting and parlaying home run props. But let's take a look at the play that we did hit on Sunday, the last day before the All-Star break. Manny Machado coming through for us at plus 350. I'm coming through with a pair of home runs in that game against the New York Mets. Like I said, we just had a bunch of plays that were just close, but no cigar on that Sunday card. But hey, you know what? I think the reset did everybody a little bit of good. Gave us a chance to sort of refocus, come in strong, and I think that's what we're going to do here with Friday's home run props. Now, before I get into them, I want to remind everybody, I love interacting with you guys, so let me know in the comment section below. Do you like some of the angle I took on some of these games? Do you not like the angles? Do you have player props of your own? Let me know, because, hey, sometimes I've even gone into the the comment section below and taken some of the player props you guys have been giving out, because some of those plays have been absolute fire. But if you're going to do that, I ask everyone, drop those plays in there before the game start. If they're not in there before the game start, they don't help anybody. And we're trying to beat the books as a team here at Pickdawgz. The Pickdawgz family has one goal. We're one team, one unit. And that goal every single day is to crush the books and get us paid. And that's what I think we're going to do here with these home run props. So without further ado, let's get into the action. We're going to start with this 6 p.m. Eastern matchup between the Phillies and the Padres. And I'm going to go with Trey Turner for a home run at plus 480. He's hitting a pair of home runs, 3 extra base hits in July so far against right-handed pitching. But he also has strong career numbers against Padres pitcher Yu Darvish, hitting a career 350 with 4 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs against Darvish. So give me Trey Turner for a home run at plus 480. I'm also going to look at Bryce Harper for a home run at plus 390. He's hitting 346 with 4 extra base hits against righties in the month of July. But in his 3 career hits against Yu Darvish, a pair of those hits have gone for home runs. So give me Bryce Harper for a home run at plus 390. I'm also going to look at Kyle Schwarber at plus 240. He's hitting 333 in his career against Darvish with a pair of home runs, 3 extra base hits. So give me Kyle Schwarber for a homer at plus 240. Also leans for the Phillies, JT Realmuto, Alec Boehm, Nick Castellanos, all have multiple home runs against right-handed pitching in July. But with such a long layoff, I like the matchup plays here in a spot like this. Also leans for the Padres for guys like Fernando Tatis Jr., Ha-Sung Kim, who've hit lefties well for average for the most part in July so far, going up against Phillies' Christopher Sanchez. Machado may have been on my list as well, but he's hitting just 111 in July against lefties. So just leans for me for the Padres there. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, we're going to go with Jack Suwinski for a home run at plus 340. He's hitting 3 home runs, 4 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks worth of games against right-handed pitching. Now, Ross Stripling getting the start for the Giants here. He's been inconsistent, to put it mildly, this season. And even if it ends up as more of a bullpen game for the Giants, which has been, I'd say a big part of their strength for much of the season, I still think Suwinski could potentially go yard here. So I'm going to take Jack Suwinski for a home run at plus 340. I'm also going to look at... before I wanted to go on to the next game, I really wanted to play on some Giants against Rich Hill, who has struggled in a lot of his recent starts, but nothing's really stood out for me for the Giants against lefties. So let me know in the comment section if you guys are playing any Giants home runs in that game. But let's go to the matchup between the Orioles and the Marlins. I think this is going to be a great game. I'm going to start with Anthony Santander at plus 335. He's hitting 355 with a pair of home runs, 6 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. Now, I love me some Sandy Alcantara, but he hasn't looked the same this year after his Cy Young victory last season. I think Santander can keep his hot hitting going against Sandy here, so give me Anthony Santander at plus 335. I'm also going to look at Adley Rutschman for a home run at plus 650. Rutschman had a really good showing in a losing effort in the home run derby. I think he carries some of that fire here. He's got a home run, 3 extra base hits against righties in the month of July so far. So give me Adley Rutschman at plus 650. I'm also going to look at Gunnar Henderson for a home run at plus 480. He's hitting 270 with a pair of home runs against righties in July. So give me Gunnar Henderson for a home run at plus 480. I'm also leaning towards Jordan Westburg for the Orioles because he's hit 4 extra base hits against right-handed pitching in July. With a batting average above 300, almost feels like a breakout spot for Westburg coming along. So give me Jordan Westburg maybe for a lean. For the Miami Marlins, going to roll with Garrett Cooper for a home run at plus 650. He's hitting 280 with a pair of home runs in July against right-handed pitching. Now, Dean Kramer, he has been solid, and while he's been able to provide the O's with a reliable arm for much of the season, home runs have been a problem for Dean Kramer. He's given up a home run in 6 of his last 7 starts, 11 home runs in that stretch. Also allowed a home run in 4 straight starts and multiple homers in 3 of those 4 outings. 8 dingers in that 4-start run. So give me Garrett Cooper for a home run off of Dean Kramer at plus 650. I'm also going to look at Jesus Sanchez at plus 525. He's hitting 350 with 4 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs in the month of July against righties. And so I'll take Jesus Sanchez at plus 525, as well as Jorge Soler at plus 430. He's hitting 286 with 5 extra base hits in the month of July against right-handed pitching. The homers, they have cooled off for Soler in recent weeks, but this feels like a good spot for him to get one back here. So I'm going to take Jorge Soler at plus 430. We'll move on to this matchup between the Brewers and the Reds. And I'm going to take a couple of Brewers here, as well as the Cincinnati Red. We'll get to that in a sec. But I'm going to take Willy Adames for a home run at plus 350. Now, where do I start on Graham Ashcraft? He's pitched decent in spots. He's given up 1 run in each of his last 2 outings. But overall this season, he frankly still sucks. I mean, he's allowed 9 home runs in his last 7 starts. And of his 13 home runs allowed, 10 have come at home where he is for this start. Now, Ashcraft, he's also allowed a home run in each of his 4 career starts against Milwaukee, including a pair in a start against the Brewers earlier this season where Ashcraft served up 10 runs over just 4 innings of work. Now, Adames didn't homer in that game, but both of his career hits off of Ashcraft have gone yard. He's hitting 250 with 5 extra base hits in the including a pair of home runs in July against righties. So give me Willy Adames for a home run at plus 350. I'm also going to go with Christian Yelich for a home run at plus 525. He's hitting 360 with a pair of home runs, 4 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. So give me Christian Yelich for a homer at plus 525. For the Cincinnati Reds, we're going to roll with Joey Votto for a home run at plus 390. He's hitting 421 with 4 home runs, 6 extra base hits in July against righties. He's one of 2 Reds with a career home run off of Corbin Burns, who did stymie the Reds in his last start against them. But that was in Milwaukee, and in hitter-friendly Great American. It could be another story for this hot-hitting Reds bunch, including Votto. So give me Joey Votto for a home run at plus 390. Leans in that game, I was leaning towards William Contreras and Blake Perkins, who homered in the first meeting. Contreras also hitting 389 in July off of righties for the Brewers. For the Reds, though, lots of leans for me. Will Benson, he's hitting 381 with a homer and 4 extra base hits in July against righties. Spencer Steer, Ellie De La Cruz, Jonathan India, Tyler Stevenson, Jake Fraley, all respective looks here as well. So lots of leans for me with the Reds in that game. So take that for what you will. For the New York Mets here against the Against the Dodgers, I'm going to go with Francisco Alvarez at plus 600. He's hitting 263 with a home run in the last 2 weeks of games against lefties. Julio Urias, he has struggled mightily on the road this season with an ERA up over 8, and his last road start saw him yield 5 runs in 3 innings against the Royals. I think Alvarez and the Mets could get to him here, so give me Francisco Alvarez at plus 600. I'm also going to look at Tommy Pham at plus 540. He's hitting 455 with a pair of home runs, 3 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks of games against lefties. So give me Tommy Pham at plus 540. Now, there's just not a huge sample size for the Mets against left-handed pitching, but let me know, in the comment section if you guys are playing any Mets in this one. I think this is also a great spot for the Dodgers where you could basically name a bat, and I'd have a hard time disputing it. I don't love going against Justin Verlander at home at Citi Field where he's been so good this season with an ERA just over 2. But 6 Dodgers all have multiple home runs in July against right-handed pitching, led by J.D. Martinez with 3. Max Muncy, Mookie Betts, James Outman, David Peralta, Freddie Freeman all have a pair as well. So like I said, I think you could throw out any Dodger, and I could definitely see it and make a case for it. Let me know in the comments if you guys are playing any Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, before we get into the second half of the schedule of home run props, I want to remind everybody, obviously the purpose of this home run prop show is to put you guys on some free winners by way of these home run props, but it's also to highlight the benefit of using the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place. You can see it's where we get the graphics for this show directly from. And what the home run props at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place will do from the player prop standpoint, they'll show you the player prop. They'll show you how often it's hitting, whether you want to change the sample size from 5 games to 10 games, or even all games this season. It'll show you, and it'll also show you, like I said, how often it hits, and it'll tell you which book is giving you the best possible price. The nice thing about that is that if you don't have an account with the book that's giving you the best price, you click on that price, you sign up, you get a sportsbook bonus offer on us, and you get to play that that best price with that bonus while also adding to your advantage over the books that they can't take away from you, which is your ability to shop lines and find the best possible number. There are also other tools there depending on your betting style. If you like betting hot and cold streaks, there's a streaks tool. If you're a parlay bettor, there's multiple parlay builders there for you. They'll build a parlay for you. Profitable teams, profitable angles, profitable underdogs. List goes on and on. You name it. I could probably do a show every day for an hour just picking out winners from those betting tools and showing you the direction that they can point you in. But with everybody having a different betting style, I really think it's best if everyone just heads on over to Pickdawgz and sportschatplace.com and play with those betting tools for yourselves. I promise you, you won't regret it, and you're going to make a ton of money while doing it as well. Move back to the home run props for Friday. We're going to go with Luis Robert for a home run here at plus 425. Really the only White Sox bat I constantly look at right now consistently. He's hitting 381 with 5 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs in July against right-handed pitching. Charlie Morton, he's been solid for a lot of the season, but the White Sox are going to need the bats to come alive if they're going to keep pace with the Braves, who've been white hot against righties. Robert, a catalyst for a lot of Chicago's offense. He's one of just 2 White Sox bats with a home run against right-handed pitching so far in July. So give me Luis Robert for a home run at plus 425. I'm also going to look at Ozzie Albies for a home run at plus 480. He's hitting 310 with 4 home runs in the month of July against right-handed pitching. Now, Michael Kopech, he has done a good job at cutting down the home runs as a starter for the White Sox. He really struggled with that for the early part of the season, that part of his game. But he is still a right-handed pitcher going against this Braves lineup, and Albies has been one of the best for power so far this month for the Braves. So give me Ozzie Albies for a home run at plus 480. I'm also going to look at Sean Murphy for a home run at plus 375. He's hitting 438 with 3 home runs, 6 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching, which is big considering he only has 7 hits all month so far against righties, and 6 of them, like I said, going for extra bases. So give me Sean Murphy for a homer at plus 375. I definitely think Ronald Acuna Jr. and Matt Olson are on the table as well for the Braves in that game. For the Texas Rangers in this matchup against the Cleveland Guardians, we're going to go with Corey Seager for a home run at plus 330. He's hitting 444 with 6 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs in July against righties. Aaron Savale, he hasn't allowed much by way of home runs, but the Rangers have still been one of the more exciting offenses up to this point in the first half. Seager's hitting too well to really ignore at this price, so give me Corey Seager for a homer at plus 330. I'm also going to go with Adolis Garcia for a home run at plus 350. He had an early exit from the home run derby, but I look for him to make amends here. He's hitting 276 with 3 home runs, 6 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. So give me Adolis Garcia for a home run at plus 350. I'm also going to look at Josh Young for a home run for the Texas Rangers at plus 430. He's hitting 276 with a pair of home runs, 5 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. So give me Josh Young for a home run at plus 430. Now, those of you who have watched the home run prop show know how much I dislike the Guardians for home run props, as this team just doesn't hit a ton of home runs. They play a lot of small ball, and I really struggled with Cleveland here. My only lean is Andres Jimenez, who is the only Guardian that has a home run in July against right-handed pitching. Are you guys playing any Cleveland bats against the Rangers? Let me know in the comments down below. But going to this matchup for the Red Sox against the Cubs, I'm going to go with Jarren Duran for a home run at plus 475. He has 8 extra base hits in July with a 600 batting average against righties. And while Kyle Hendricks hasn't allowed a whole lot, he's coming off a start where he gave up 2 home runs last time out. I think Duran could get one here. So give me Jarren Duran for a home run at plus 475. I'm also going to look at Rafael Devers for a home run at plus 330. Devers still leading the Red Sox in barrel rate at 13.3%. I don't love a ton of Red Sox in this game, but I think Devers could get Hendricks here. He's hitting 294 in the last 2 weeks of games against right-handed pitching. So give me Rafael Devers for a home run at plus 330. For the Kansas City Royals in the matchup against the Rays, I'm going to go with a couple of Royals here for once. I'm going to go with Bobby Witt Jr. for a home run at plus 700. He's hitting 344 with 6 extra base hits and a pair of home runs in July against right-handed pitching. Tyler Glasnow has been decent for the Rays since rejoining that rotation, but he's also allowed a home run in 5 of his last 6 starts. I think Glasnow could be taken for one here by Witt Jr., so give me Bobby Witt Jr. at plus 700. I'm also going to look at Kyle Isbell for a home run at plus 950. He's hitting 318 with a home run and 3 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. But as a left-handed bat is where I like Isbell's spot here, as that's where the majority of home runs that Glasnow has allowed have come against left-handed bats. So give me Kyle Isbell for a home run at plus 950. For the Tampa Bay Rays, I'm going to look at Wander Franco for a home run at plus 700. I like the price with Franco as a pair of home runs in July against right-handed pitching. Alec Marsh starts for Kansas City here. He's allowed a lot of hard contact, 3 home runs in his first 2 starts as a major leaguer. So give me Wander Franco for a home run at plus 700. I'm also going to look at Luke Raley for a home run for the Rays at plus 410. He's hitting 190 with 4 extra base hits, including a pair of home runs in the month of July against righties. So give me Luke Raley for a homer at plus 410. And give me Isaac Paredes for a home run at plus 600. He's hitting 273 with a pair of home runs against righties for the Rays in July. So give me Isaac Paredes for a homer at plus 600. Standalone play for the Cardinals here against the Nationals. They're going to go with Nolan Arenado for a homer at plus 360. He's hitting 435 with 8 extra base hits, including 3 home runs in July against righties. It looks like it'll be Trevor Williams starting for Washington, a starter that's given up a ton of hard contact this season. And Nolan Arenado hitting 364 with a pair of home runs in his career off of Trevor Williams. So give me Nolan Arenado for a homer at plus 360. Now, there are a couple of Nationals I was leaning towards against St. Louis's Miles Michaelis, but nothing I loved enough to make an official play here. Joey Meneses and Dominic Smith, my 2 top bats for leans for Washington, but again, nothing overly strong in this game. Now we'll go to our last game on the card for my home run props. I'm going to go with this matchup between the Mariners and the Tigers. I'm going to go with Tom Murphy for a homer for the Mariners at plus 575. He's been one of Seattle's best bats against left-handed pitching, hitting 545 with a pair of home runs in the last 2 weeks' worth of games. Eduardo Rodriguez has been decent for the Tigers, but Seattle, they have a few guys that have his number, and Murphy has hit southpaw as well. So Tom Murphy for a home run going to be a play for me at plus 575. I'm also going to look at J.P. Crawford for a homer at plus 900. He's hitting 375 in the last 2 weeks of games against left-handed pitching. In his career, hitting 417 off of Rodriguez with a pair of extra base hits. So I think Crawford worth a look here, especially at this price at plus 900. I'm also going to look at Teoscar Hernandez at plus 390. Usually a guy I back against right-handed pitching, but in his career he has 5 extra base hits and a 421 batting average with 3 home runs against Eduardo Rodriguez. So give me Teoscar Hernandez for a homer at plus 390. And a standalone play for the Tigers to round things out, Spencer Torkelson at plus 475. He's got a 348 average with a homer and 4 extra base hits in July against right-handed pitching. I love me some Luis Castillo, but he's had issues in spots, especially with the long ball. He's given up 9 home runs in his last 6 starts, a pair of home runs in 4 of those 5 outings. So I'll take Spencer Torkelson for a homer at plus 475 to round things out. let's do a recap of the plays that we did give out for Friday's action. We gave out quite a few, and I'm going to do a recap here. We started things out with the Phillies and went with Trey Turner for a homer at plus 480. Also went with Bryce Harper at plus 390, and Kyle Schwarber for the Phillies at plus 240. Also, tons of leans in that game on both sides, Phillies and Padres. If you want to hear those, just scroll back a few minutes and check that out in that game. Also, with the Pirates, I like Jack Suwinski for a home run at plus 340. For the Baltimore Orioles, Anthony Santander at plus 335. Adley Rutschman for the Orioles at plus 650. And Gunnar Henderson at plus 480. Also a lean for the Orioles towards Jordan Westburg. For the Miami Marlins, Garrett Cooper at plus 650. Jesus Sanchez at plus 525. And Jorge Soler for a homer at plus 430. For the Milwaukee Brewers, Willy Adames at plus 350. Christian Yelich at plus 525. And for the Cincinnati Reds, Joey Votto at plus 390. Again, tons of leans for me in that game as well. If you're looking for other options, just scroll back to the Brewers and Reds matchup to look at those. For the New York Mets, Francisco Alvarez at plus 600. And Tommy Pham at plus 540. For the Chicago White Sox, Luis Robert at plus 425. Also, going back to that Dodgers-Mets game, if you're looking for leans on the Dodgers as well, got that right after that Tommy Pham analysis there. For the Atlanta Braves, Ozzie Albies at plus 480. And Sean Murphy at plus 375. I think Ronald Acuna Jr. and Matt Olson are on the table as well. For the Texas Rangers, Corey Seager at plus 330. Adolis Garcia at plus 350. And Josh Young at plus 430. For the Boston Red Sox, Jarren Duran at plus 475. And Rafael Devers at plus 330. For the Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. at plus 700. And Kyle Isbell at plus 950. For the Tampa Bay Rays, Wander Franco at plus 700. Luke Raley for a home run at plus 410. And Isaac Paredes at plus 600. For the St. Louis Cardinals, Nolan Arenado at plus 360. And again, lean towards a couple Nationals in that game. So if you're looking for Nationals, just scroll a couple minutes back and you can find those. For the Seattle Mariners, our last game, Tom Murphy at plus 575. J.P. Crawford at plus 900. Teoscar Hernandez at plus 390. And for the Tigers, a standalone play, Spencer Torkelson at plus 475. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Up over 135,000 subscribers here on our YouTube channel. Couldn't have done it without your guys' love and support, so thank you so much for that. Also, make sure that if you haven't already, make sure A, that you're subscribed to our channel. B, that you have hit the like button on this video. It lets us know that you guys like our content, like what we're doing here on our YouTube channel, and lets us know that you guys like this home run prop content. And also, make sure that you have notifications turned on so you can be the first to be in the know when the newest content drops here at Pickdawgz. Today's a prime example. Luckily, we have a lot of evening action on Friday, but it doesn't always work out like this. I try to get this video out as early as possible for you guys, but also try to get it out as with as much up-to-date information as possible as well. And sometimes that takes a little while, but it doesn't always leave a lot of time between when the video is released and first pitch. So if you have notifications turned on, you get the video as soon as it drops, and you get to be the first to be able to get those plays in. Also, if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily $19 best bet, head on over to pickdawgz.com, click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page, and while you're at Pickdawgz Sports Chat Place, I can't stress this enough, check out those betting tools. They are 100% free. They are there for you to use. They will make you a ton of money. They do the heavy lifting for you. You just got to go over there and check them out. I promise you guys, you won't regret it. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys soon. Let's crush the books on Friday and head into the weekend strong.